Knew a place in the 5 was at stake.
Round 20 in Centrals versus North Adelaide from the Prospect Oval. The Bulldogs 1.5 games out of the 5 and an important win for them necessary. Platten kicking the Bulldogs deep into attack, and Gillies drops what he should have taken. Wayne Stringer in there quickly. It was worked back. Clisby goes to ground. Cloak intercepting beautifully. Rowe settles around, and the first goal goes on the board. Brilliant play, Trevor Rowe. The Bulldogs by 6 points within 1 minute of play.
Well, I thought Central Districts had really lost their thrust when the ball came in quickly, straight through the hands of Gillies. But watch this magnificent piece of interception by Rowe. Beautifully balanced, round the defender, straight through the centre for his first. Central Districts got a major score on the board in the first 45 seconds of the first term. Well, conditions for today's game, the ground is heavy in the centre, and there are patches at the north end that look somewhat heavier than the south end. The breeze on your screen travelling right to left, and the ball kicked so hard by Rowe then straight out of the ground and have to call for a new ball.
The Bulldogs, having won the toss, umpire Charlesworth not happy with the piece of leather. And a bit of tactics, I think, on the part of North Adelaide, throwing out a used ball. The umpire calling for a new one, and quite rightly so. Umpire Charlesworth partnered by Peter Mead. Moore versus Redden. The Bulldogs way again, but Tiller snares it, works it to Barry Stringer. It kicked through the half-forward area. All wall of players up there. Central's defenders pulling the ball in under. Stephen Baum there. The umpire will call for a bounce within half-forward for the Roosters.
What a magnificent leap at the back, absolutely flattened 6 players in the front. McAdam 6. And more. Posed by Redden, slammed forward, and again touched off. Cowie, the chance, forwarded. Looking for Platten, missed. Johnny Riley takes the heavy bump, puts the ball towards the line for a throw in. Central Districts looking really sharp at the moment. North Adelaide desperate for a win to maintain their touch and their struggle for the 5. There's a good example of North Adelaide desperation. The block on the boot from Johnny Patton's left footer, and again the throw in. Front spot again, Moore. Looking for Riley. Stringer, that's Barry. That hurried right footer, desperately close to the line. And big Daryl Curry, a welcome return to league ranks. Solid mark. Very tall man. Drop punt. He's looking for co-ruckman Moore. Beautifully spoiled Mick Redden. Again Stringer. Third kick in about a minute. 0-2 McAdam. Return playing at centre against Krieg today. That should be an interesting battle. 37 Vivian also. Riley in big strife. Trying to pull it out. McAdam head down, tail up. What a courageous frame. Stuff going in all over the place. But here's an equally courageous younger frame in Platten.
Defensive side of the half-back line. No leads. Goes for distance. High towards Moore versus Redden, but going in Livesey, but interference paid to Terry Moore. From centre wing. Again, concentrating on distance. Into the hole centre half forward. Michael Wright there versus Clisby, who was in front. Wilson the hand pass. Gillies knocks it on. Out the back goes Wright. Well smothered. And Curley alone in defence. Chips away short looking for fourth. And over the top goes Rowe to spoil. Wright takes Pelly to ground. And Chris Pillay will get the free kick deep in the back pocket. The North Adelaide Rover. Into the breeze. Moore makes front spot. Through to Livesey. Dribbles one forward. Wayne Stringer. Distance to the centre of the ground. McAdam at the back, but Krieg in front. Very much an informed player. And the decision quite right. 15-metre penalty now as the ball was not given back on the full. And Peter Krieg, who's dominated in recent weeks, drives in. The lead came from Peter Bytheen, hit away to Cloak from the half-back line. Good clearing kick. Wildy out there, but the mark taken by Peter Vivian.
A welcome return to Peter Vivian. Here goes short, and again here he is, sneaking into the space at half-forward, Peter Krieg. Jerry said, an informed centre player. The times that we've seen him in the last month or so, he really has dominated that centre spot. The left foot is a sweeping kick, but it's not quite straight enough and goes through for the point. So Central Districts holding the ball in their area in the opening minutes of the first term. 1-1 on the board, and Curley with a drop punt wide to the flank. That's the defensive side, and a good take by Vivian. Second kick in as many minutes. He decides to go to his ruckman Moore, straight across the half-forward line. Again, Craig, good mark. Strong, Wilbur Wilson, left footer, straight to the goal front. Might bounce through, gets a shocking bounce in Stringer. Johnny Platten goes soccer style, into the pole goes the body. Richard Cochran there to pat the hand. A perfect goal to the Rover. 2-1 Central Districts.
Oh, magnificent football by young Platten. No wonder this lad's got a future in front. The presence of mind, knew that he couldn't touch it, the boot had to go there, and within an inch of the goal line was able in magnificent soccer fashion to belt home his first goal, the second for the Bulldogs, and at the 5-minute mark they take a lead of 13 points.
So inside the square, Redden versus Moore, Krieg, McAdam, Pele, Tiller. Krieg's the man at the bottom of that heap. All players all over the top of him. And we must see another bounce. 9, Stringer, centre wing. An informed player for the Roosters, 17, Krieg. We've spoken about him. Moore, over the top to Livesey. Talented youngster, gets the hand pass over to Darren Clohessy, down towards half-forward. Right, taps it on cleverly. Fourth, read that punch well. Picked up beautifully. Chance for Hart. He comes onto the left foot. Curley sets himself. Wilbur Wilson upsets that setting. Through for the point. 1-2 goals, 2 Central Districts.
Stephen Curley, quick to move it, but before the umpire has waved the flag, and it's back with him, going again short to the lead of Wildy. David Wildy playing at centre wing. The last time we saw him, he was pulled back. Good spoil by Clohessy. Baum takes the front spot away from Tiller. Good balance. Gillies bursts through, goes long and direct towards the goal square, unprotected, but his shot is offline. The off break there when the leg was needed, and Baum in a lot of trouble behind play. Groggy as he put the head down and tried to barge through a wall, and he's a very sick and sorry player.
There's that blow behind the neck. As Curley comes now with a nice-looking drop punt into this breeze, it'll be worth 2 or 3 goals. Wildy, the attempted mark, is paid. And the back lines of North Adelaide look quite strong today. Clisby at centre half back. Wildy and Tiller on either side. Tap forward, chance, Riley, all strongly and beautifully done from the centre square. Directs traffic straight across his half-forward line. See the flying Irishman. Plenty of time. O'Brien with a drop punt. Oh, he's picked up the wrong player, though. Onto the chest of Chris Pele to put the ball back to where it came from. Riley setting, Livesey at front spot. He took a big fly over his ruckman earlier on. Tap forward again. And the chance for young Clohessy. Strongly built youngster. One of a very strong under-19 side only 2 years ago with a drop punt. Half forward, the attempt tap on by Wright, that doesn't work. Clisby strongly through, takes out the umpire. Wilbur Wilson takes him out, steals, and the left footers, short and accurate and beautifully done. Under the ball is Stephen Baum, in the hands of the trainer only a couple of moments ago. The bespectacled follower. Got a hard job in front of him, as you can see there. Distance 12 metres. Drop punt is usually poked at it, but it's a good poke. Through for a goal. Central Districts 3 goals, 3. The Roosters yet to score.
Yes. Always the opportunist, Wilbur Wilson. A mistake made by the defender, and he swooped on it around the corner, directed it towards the square, didn't even have to look. And Stephen Baum, who had gone up into that forward pocket to recover from the belt he got on the back of the head, takes a mark, and normally a defender, poked it through for one of his very few goals, I would think, in league football.
And a pleasurable rest it must feel to him right now. Fyfe. Down. Very grim decision, North Adelaide's way, and going to Greg McAdam. We'll be looking towards half forward, the kick off the side of the boot, and that's an accurate placement to this young man, Loken. in the true half-forward position, kicking into this breeze. The ball will hang in the air. As you can see, drifts, then drops. Oh, big leap over the top by Cowie. Taken away again by O'Brien. The hurried kick forward, a chance for the speedsters. Wildy, long way from home. Very swiftly to Peter Bytheen. The handball is loose. Wildy, knowing this, comes in strongly. Harrying him is Vivian. The ball goes over the line, throw in.
Half-forward line of the Roosters going into what breeze there is, trailing by 21 points. Bytheen of the Bulldogs versus Redden, who got the tap back. Platten feeds it beautifully to Philip Graham. Through centre wing, a bad hand pass. The kick goes back for North Adelaide to their half-forward line where Tiller misses McAdam, has to back up his own play. Numbers out, the Roosters outnumbered by Centrals, but it's a bounce. Almost up to the half-forward line of North Adelaide. Redden, Bytheen getting up very high, beautifully to Hart, to centre half forward. Clisby bundles out right, and the free kick goes the way of the Bulldogs centre half forward. Michael Wright opening it up with a hand pass to Platten, who's penetrated half forward, settled for goal, boosts his second, and the Bulldogs clear away to a 27-point lead 11 minutes into the first term.
Well, I'd say that the absolute value of Wright at centre half forward is that he can control the position. He may not be taking the marks, as you can see, holds that and then shells out hand passes like this. Johnny Platten, a player, so courageous in such a smaller frame. The drop punt looks good, even when it left the boot straight through the centre. He has goal 2. The Bulldogs have goal number 4, 4 goals 3, and one can't remember the ball going any further than the Rooster half-forward line in the opening 11 minutes of the first term.
Redden in ruck for the Roosters, gets the tap down to McAdam, caught with it, but works it nicely over to new player Antrovis, through the half-forward line, badly directed, Cowie for Centrals. Moves it to Philip Graham, bad hand pass. Loken takes him to ground, pulls the ball under, and there'll be a bounce inside the half-forward line of North.
Just an interesting young player, Anthony Antrobus, as you can see, is 36. Very slight frame, built very much like Johnny Platten. Picked up quickly, Hart, shuffled forward, Riley has plenty of time to look, set. That kick straight across the half-forward line. Stanbridge on a huge lead. Picked up quickly, centre player McAdam runs beautifully through the defenders, pops it up, but the wind bends it away. The kick looked to be good straight off the boot, but at the last moment, swinging away like a boomerang. Through for the first score to the Roosters, 1 point. They trail Central Districts 4-3.
Bill Cochran, Platten, bobbing up everywhere at the moment. Gets a high kick up to centre wing, Barnes under it, recovers the better, odds of 3-1, but he taps it over nicely. A bit strong as Wayne Stringer read that play well. Can't get past that wall of Bulldog players, but at least traps the ball. The half-forward line of the Bulldogs. Redden, Bytheen over the top with the tap. Riley smothers Platten, and there's another bounce.
As you can see, those boots sinking into the turf in this area, and umpire Peter Mead forced to throw up. Peter Bytheen again, Platten, the left footer to the goal square, but Curley reads the ball off the boot far better, and a comfortable mark. Drop punt, half-forward line, or Clisby coming across is Jeff Gillies. Clisby caught under the fall of the ball. Gillies the luxury of that added 2 or 3 metres just to run at the fall and take that mark. The next to kick on this side of the wet patch for a better footing. Drop punt, gathering is Moore, good mark. Strong in front of the eyes. Almost 200 centimetres. That right knee heavily strapped. Haven't noticed that before. But from 15 metres out directly in front, is this goal number 5? Yes, says goal umpire Ray Mules. And so 5 goals, 3 go on the board, and Terry Moore's first.
Well, it's a good opening from the Bulldogs. Jeff Gillies doing the right thing, directing the ball high to the square, the tall timbers up there, and the North defenders not reading the ball at all well there. Cloak should have been the player to fly, no doubt called out by Curley, and then he didn't fly, and Moore marked with ease to kick his first, and the Bulldogs clear out to a 32-point lead, 14 minutes into this first term, making full use of first wind advantage.
Heavy rain in Adelaide is the reason why the ground conditions are so heavy around this bounce. Bytheen, Redden. Coming away strongly, trying to haul out there is Trevor Rowe. David Wildy. Plenty of time from centre wing with the drop punt goes wide. Very, very wide. And galloping out there and taking a neat mark is Trev Grenfell. From the half-forward flank, drop punt. Stanbridge, but all coming across the inside of him. The big fella did it beautifully too, was Paul Arnold. Puts the ball up and straight through the centre. There's the first major score to the Roosters. His first, North 1-1, Trail Central's 5-3.
He's a very casual player, Paul Arnold. Has got a ton of ability. Been out injured most of the year. Grenfell directing that ball in, trying to straighten it in front of the square. Arnold had the front spot, good solid mark, and then quick to seize the opportunity as no defender covered his path and belted it home for North's first goal.
Back live and the ball out towards centre wing. Logan gets it quickly over to Stringer. He spears the ball out, and once again, here he is, Trev Grenfell. In the identically the same spot. Drop punt this time straight across the half-forward line, through Craig Stanbridge, trying to bust his way through Stringer. He's fouled by Livesey. Relatively clumsy tackle, that one, going forward into the player's body. And so now Barry Stringer, veteran of many, many games for North Adelaide. He's got the job of kicking it straight, about 45, 50 metres out. Beautifully placed, close to the line. Would believe that that's gone through. He has the choice. No, he's not. There's a free kick given in front of the goal square. Pushing and shoving. And the veteran fullbacker, this is Bill Cochrane, the brother to the runner Richard Cochrane from Central Districts to kick in.
Good distance, direct with the breeze. Oh, up high, and a good mark taken again by Grenfell. 3 solid marks, unnecessary. Outside the half-forward line, going wide across as the lead comes from Stanbridge. Traps it well, but he's got no one to help him. Gives it back to Barry Stringer. Wrong-footed, but directs the ball well to half-forward, but Cowie is equal to the cause. Arnold robs it from him. Out goes the hand pass to Tiller, a snapshot at goal, and the result is full points to David Tiller. His first, the second for the Roosters.
What a slick bit of thinking then. As Stringer put the ball in from centre wing. As you can see, he was in stride. Craig Stanbridge over to Stringer, the hurried right footer. Well, what's the agility of Paul Arnold? Snap the hand pass. Tiller the receiver onto the left foot, slam straight through. His first, North second.
McRedden, the only real knock ruckman in this side today, but Moore gets the tap away. Livesey works the hand pass to Rowe, back to Moore. Good football centrals, high to the square they go. Bytheen's bundled out by Curley. Robs it, snaps for goal, and 1 point will be the result. The Bulldogs move on to 5 goals for. North Adelaide on 2-1. The Bulldogs by 21 points.
Good penetration then by Moore to Bytheen. There's plenty of pace for a big fella. Here's Curley's kick. Nice looking drop punt. Stringer waits. The spoil goes straight to him. He tries to shovel it out. Hart, Wildy, Wilson, battle of the big W's, and Wilber's the one that wins. Gets himself a mud eye. The rotund Wilbur Wilson from half forward. Ever elusive. Pinpoint accuracy with that left boot. He's looking for Peter Bytheen. In trouble with Stringer. Over the top is McAdam. He wants holding the ball. He's not going to get that. So Trev Grenfell now having a run on the ball against Bytheen. Again, Peter Mead finds himself in strife as the kick is smothered off the back and tumbles over the line, and Peter Mead's in the wars at the moment. Skittled by Clisby and then gets himself in a tangle with the players. Throw in, Grenfell. Bytheen at the back, Clisby in strongly. The ball to ground, untidy football at the moment, must see a bounce.
The right forward pocket of Centrals. Having won the toss, going with the wind to the northern end of Prospect Oval. The battle, Bytheen and Grenfell. Hart. to Wilson. Tapped back nicely, ended with right. They're giving ground. Clisby kept Vivian out of it. It's robbed neatly there by Krieg. A snapshot at goal and out of play on the full. Got a wall built well across the half-forward line, Centrals. Curley switches sides, trying to get around it. Not well directed. Wilbur Wilson, always the opportunist. Ran straight at the body coming at him, but he's missed the shot. And the Bulldogs go to 5-5, North on 2-1.
Yes, when the irremovable meets the train coming at him. The hurried kick, 1 point. So Curley, again the drop punt to the defensive flank. Taken on strongly then by Peter Cloak. Front position by that man. Looked a little bit proppy in his warm-ups, but he seems to be moving okay now with a left footer. A push and a shove by Logan, gets away with it too, on the corner of the square. Trev Grenfell wants it at the true half-forward position. The drop punt heads that way. McAdam blocks more, that's good football. They're throwing it out, he doesn't have it, this is Stringer. But it's gone against him. Umpire Rick Charlesworth not convinced that he'd got rid of the ball correctly, and Livesey sweeps it out wide, and once again Moore. Drop punt, looking towards right. Clisby's looking towards him. You can't do that. And the ball has to be passed from half-back to half-forward. Right, ball spotting short. Wilbur Wilson unchecked at the moment. Been a dangerous player across that half-forward line the last 5 minutes. Thinks he can make the distance too. That's a good 50 metres. Usually kicks a good distance. Left footer, drop punt, face of the goals. Curley can't get there. The ball does, and through for Central District. 6th goal, and they're using the wind well.
Wilbur making up for the mistake of a few moments ago. Neat action. Dropping the ball quite low, but got under it well enough to clear the goals. It was well shepherded through, and the Bulldogs restore the 27-point lead that they had, and they have led up as much as 32 points.
Krieg and McAdam, good battle at centre at the moment. Almost shared kicks. Here's McAdam, head down, tail up. Krieg comes in after him. Some careful guarding, and let's see what umpire Rick Charlesworth's going to do. Whoops, looking like something out of outer space comes Krieg, covered in red and black mud. Moore. In trouble, David Wilder. And for the efforts, he's got himself filthy, but he's won the ball, and that's the object of the game, with a drop punt. Down towards half-forward, front spot, good take, strong by John Riley, and he's on the corner of the square.
Got Antrobus loose in the forward pocket, but goes for distance. Searching up there, Redden's in there, Craig Stanbridge also. Pele takes the loose one out the front. The hook towards the goal will curve around. Out comes Cowie, allowing O'Brien to go through. Good kick to the half-back line. Krieg's ready to play well. Peter Krieg. Looking to bolt. Well trapped by Tiller. The Bulldog centreman going for distance. Looking for right. Hit away by Clisby. Read well by Livesey. Through half-forward. Hooking around the corner. The lead not too fast by Bytheen. Curley's with him all the way. Curley caught, pushed into the ground, and the umpire rules a stalemate. This bounce in the left forward pocket of the Bulldogs. 41 plays 13. The Bulldogs lead at the 23-minute mark of this first term. Bytheen bundles Clisby out, gets boot to ball. It's headed in the right direction, hasn't got enough power, and it's run through for a behind. The Bulldogs now on 6-6, North Adelaide 2-1, Centrals by 29 points.
Yes, and doing very, very well at the moment. Particularly the Rovers, and across their half-forward line, having a big influence on the game. The drop punt by Curley. To his half-back flank, Peter Cloak stumbles into the mud. Trev Grenfell, it looks to be. Covered in mud. Take your pick. I think that's Peter Cloak. Who will take the kick? Awkward-looking kicker of the ball with a left foot. Centre wing again, Moore. He's put himself across that centre line brilliantly, trapping the ball in the area. Plays on. Livesey, Gillies, front spot. Stringer, the spoil is effective. Trying to shovel it out to Barry. Livesey, Krieg. Edwards can't do anything. Yes, he can, says umpire Peter Mead. Got the hands to ball. What a good pair of hands Trevor Rowe has, remembering that brilliant interception of that hand pass for Central District's first goal. The drop punt, well placed. The breeze, and at the back is Bone. Goal umpire, good position. And Stephen Bone, after that blow on the back of the head, he kicked one. That might have done him some good. Here he comes for the second one. Boom, straight through the centre. He's got 2. Central Districts have got 7-6. North 2-1.
Well, entering the time on period, and this move of Baum into a ruck roving role from defence, proving a bonus as he's been put up in that forward pocket. Watch him, he came in from the side there. He was in the middle of the sandwich, but on the right side as the ball swung away, and it fell down through his arms, right on the goal line. And that's his second, the 7th for the Bulldogs, and they now have a commanding 35-point lead as we enter time on in this, the first term from Prospect Oval.
And goals in the time on period of any quarter, very, very valuable, where the opposition concentration tends to lapse. So Byfeed, good tap down, looking for Platten, picks up Livesey though. The hurried kick forward's effective. Here he is again. A little strong approach by Trevorrow. Slight frame, very quick, positive in his movements. Have a look at these mud-splattered players. The lead by Wilbur Wilson. Doesn't want that. Perhaps a little bit of overkill on the ball then by using a bit too much energy. Splopped it off the side of the boot for a throw-in.
And that was the result of the first quarter, and the result of the game is a 47-point margin to Central District. They were able to keep well ahead of North for most of the day. Platten, Rowe and Wilson each scored 3 for Central District and Livesey 2. Arnold had 3 for North Adelaide, and Stanbridge and Antrobus 2 for North Adelaide. At Football Park, the match of the day,